Shalom, call Allah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well in this truth. And shalom to the brothers out there that are pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. I just got done watching the elder apostles video, Vocab Malone, What is the Mark of the Beast? And like you said, it's time to start flooding this internet, flooding this YouTube, flooding this world with the truth. Because a lot of people out there think that this is a game, that this is just for entertainment. But what we preach out there on the streets, on the highways and byways, what we preach by Salakia, what we preach by doing these video epistles is nothing but pure doctrine. And that's the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. But this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And it said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And right now you have certain groups out there, certain Israelite groups, certain people that call themselves Christians, that would say that the image of the beast is so-called Jesus Christ or Cesare Borgia. Really, Serapis Christus is what that goes back to. But this image is the system that we're currently in, that's currently instituted today. That old Roman Catholic system where there's a Senate, a central banking system, and a mass worship. But really that worship goes toward the system. And he causeth all. So, going back to 15, Salakia, I'm reading that one more time. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and this being the beast had that power. And that's how you know that the image of what people call Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, but that image is not what this is speaking of. Because if that was the case, then you would not have differences of religion around the world being so widespread. And by widespread, I mean having so many followers. You wouldn't have people of different churches of the same faith, so-called Christians, believing in different images. Because you have some that believe in a so-called a white so-called Jesus Christ, or some people have an image of a darker version of it. So there's many images of so-called Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai. But what this image is speaking of is the current system that we're in. That old Roman Catholic system where you're under a Senate, a central bank, and a republic. Or as they call it today, a democracy, or a democratic republic. Verse 6, slot continuing on. And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So eventually they're gonna force this system on you, whether you like it or not. You have those people that are currently living, as they say, off the grid, or doing things by their own means. But eventually, there's going to come a point where that comes to an end, where all that stops, and they force everybody, no matter how old, how young, how rich, how poor, as it's going to say in verse 16, they force everybody to get down with the system. You either get down, or like it says, should be killed. You lay down. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And like the elder apostle Tahar was saying, this goes to show you that this is not talking about countries and businesses. This is talking about actual people. It's talking about mankind. You cannot give a country a mark in its right hand because it does not have a right hand or a forehead. Neither does a business. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. And there you have it. Verse 17 one more time, just to reiterate the point. And that no man, and actually let's go ahead and get the interlinear for that. Looks like a tease.
Strong's G 5100 tease.
Here we go. And we're going to go to the Strong's definitions. It says an enclitic indefinite pronoun, and this is what it means: some or any person or object, a kind of any man, and that's the one we're looking at there, the first one, any man, and of course you have the blue letter that goes off, thing at all. So it's not referring to anything or thing at all, it's referring to any man. So when we read Revelation, the 13th chapter, 17th verse, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. That goes to show you that RFID chip, that radio frequency identification chip, that microchip that's currently being implanted in people voluntarily, is going to mandatorily be implicated. And if you don't want to take it, then you will have to face death. That's what's coming around the corner. It's not saying that if you don't subscribe to the embargo that your country is putting out, or if you don't carry around the image of Cesare Borgia or so-called Jesus Christ around on your neck or on your hand, or you don't have a tattoo. It's talking about having something inserted into your right hand or your forehead. And that device is that RFID microchip, or as they call it over in Europe, the near field identification chip. I believe it's NFIC. Slocky if I'm messing up the acronym, but it's the near field or NFC, near field communication. But it says, here is wisdom, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. For it is the number of a man. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 666, or as we know it, 666, or 666, 666. And as the elder apostle Tahar brought out in his video, and countless brothers have brought out in videos past, that barcode that they use to scan all products, the universal, the UPC, or universal purchase code, the first, middle, and last line represent the numeric value 6. So every product that's sold has that number of the beast on it, 666. But this system isn't controlled by countries. It's not controlled by businesses. It's controlled by the men that operate those countries, the men that operate those businesses, the men that fund those corporations. That's why it says, for it is the number of a man. And that man being the man of wickedness, known as Esau Edom, starting with the banking elite. But it doesn't stop there. It trickles all the way down, even to you peon Edomites. But with that, I want to say shalom.